Hi, my name is Sue Booth, and it's my great pleasure today to actually invite you to come and have a look at what we have on offer. And obviously, one of the things that you have been, if you're a guest here today, first of all, welcome to you. That's the most important thing, is that you understand that you've been invited here because someone's thought enough of you to actually want to engage with you as a business. And so it's my pleasure today to take you through. My name is Sue Booth, and I'm a director in Zinzino. So tonight we have on offer, what do we have on offer? So, looking at a business, kind of you need to wonder what you really want yourself and understanding what you really want, because I think we all go through times when we look at things and go, I wish I could do that. I wish I had that opportunity to do that. But we never kind of get to achieve it. And so wanting to make that difference is really what you're going to see here today. So we're hopefully you'll enjoy it. We want to know really what you want. I looked at business. I was in a traditional business. I had an interior design business myself, and I wanted to become self-sufficient. I wanted to be able to not have to go to work for someone else, because that for me was just, I was building someone else's dream. So that was one of the things that was really important to me, but it was, do you want something extra? If you're in a traditional business now, or you work for someone, you've got a job, then maybe you want a little bit more than you're actually getting. Now, I knew that if I was working for someone else, I was building their dream, as I mentioned, but also it wouldn't give me the ability to actually kind of play around with my daughter, who was then very young, and I've been in the industry for some time now. And it was, for me, it was having that flexibility to be able to have time off with my daughter. So I don't know where you are, what you want to do, what you want to have. A lot of people also want to be noticed for something. So maybe you want to be able to be celebrated for what you achieve. And that's a good thing to be doing, because it's very rare that your boss actually pats you on the back and says, well done there. Let's give you a big pay rise. That doesn't happen normally. So we really want to know what you want to do. So this is all about you. So welcome as a guest. And the person, as I said, who has invited you today has done so because they feel that you align with our mission here with Zinzino. So this is about you, the strategic partner, and the brand partner. So let's go and dig a little bit deeper into each of these. So the strategic partner, well, this is the team. So we have a whole system around mentoring. We have systems in place to enable you to achieve the things that you set out to achieve. We have the trainings. We have trainings like this. We have, or this is not so much a training, but meetings that actually enable you to learn as you're earning. And they also have the strategic planning in place that allows you to make a significant difference in your life and perhaps other people's lives as well. That was really important to me. And to be able to goal set, kind of achieve the goals that you set out to achieve yourself. So one of the things that both Nigel, my husband, and I have, we've been big goal setters for years and years and years. And it was being able to actually kind of put something on paper and know that we actually had the program that would allow you to look at this in more detail and see if it aligned with you. And this is exactly what we're doing today. So the team is a leadership collaborative. We're global. We have an amazing group of people who are all over the world. And we've got centuries. That sounds a bit amazing, doesn't it? Centuries of collective experience. Nigel and I have been in the industry for 40 years. So I guess that's 80 years between the two of us. And then other people of similar sort of times in the industry. But we are so lucky because we have we can pull on every single person's experience. And that to me is also incredible that we're able to share this with other people that way. We have a global global seamless platform and a huge support infrastructure. And again, that was important because I've been in business before with other companies in this line of marketing, but they've never been as inclusive as we have in Zinzino. We've got a very proven business building system, and that again was important to me, that we had a GPS, the sat nav, to be able to tell us what we need to do next. But we've also got top ranking leaders in multiple markets. And that's really important for people who, if you're talking to in different markets, that they know that they've got someone they can call on in that particular market. That's a great opportunity. So the brand partner, let's give it a little bit more of a deeper dive into the brand partner. Well, you've already heard that it's Zinzino. So they are the provider of our products. They manufacture, they have all the services there. So all the distribution, the compensation plan, we know that we're going to get paid for any work that we do, and we get paid very well. But the products really, really were very important to me. They had to be of the right quality for me to look at it. They had to be, kind of their own manufacturing. So we don't rely on other people to manufacture our products. We do it ourselves. So we have control of that. And the distribution, well, we are now so easy to distribute around the world. And again, that was really important, that I didn't have to stock hold. I didn't have to have a kind of a room full of products that I had to then go down to the post office or to the courier to do that. That's all done for us. But the compensation, are you actually going to get paid for the work that you do? Because you want to know that you're going to get paid for your efforts. And again, everything aligned perfectly. And these boxes were all ticked when we looked at Zinzino. So Zinzino, now a 20-year-old company. We've just had our 20-year anniversary out in Oslo in October. We've got a head office in Gothenburg, Sweden, and we've got a manufacturing facility in Norway. We are now open in 51 countries, but we ship over 90 countries. In fact, I think it's over 100 now on our global shipping platform as well. And we're NASDAQ listed. That again was another big tick box. I did not want the privately owned company that actually were not as honest as they could have, they profess to be. But they have to be transparent if you're on the NASDAQ. It's publicly traded, so we know that year on year that we have this amazing growth, and we can see it. Very transparent. Anyone can go and look at their figures. And it was really a real big tick for me and Nigel when we looked at this back in, 6.5 years ago now. With very strong financial background and double digit, I can never say that, double digit sales growth throughout the time we have been with them, and way before then as well. You can see here, that's our head office picture there, but you can also see kind of all the other head offices around the world where we have, markets in place, and, we have huge support from our corporate teams around the world. So have a look back at our growth. Now, this was just so refreshing to me to see this massive growth that we see here. And they've only gone back from 2018. I joined in 2019, as did my sponsor, Dave. And 2019, we were doing 77 million euros. And, that's a pretty small company in this day and age. But we've seen considerable growth. Now, what happened in 2020? We know that the world went into a lockdown situation, but we also saw massive growth within the UK, especially, and all over the world. We saw a huge increase. And I think it's down to the fact that people all of a sudden were now taking responsibility for their own health and understanding that their job is not, a cast iron certainty. It is something that they needed to address because people were going into furlough, and businesses closing down left, right, and centre during that time. And so we've seen massive growth, and you can see it's increasing and increasing. So you can see here that, 195 million euros in 2024, 2025, we're looking at probably ending in excess of the 300 million. So again, all those things just show that the business is growing and it's successful, and there is a marketplace for everyone to enjoy. So let's see why.
There's a nutritional gap in our modern diet. 53% of the global adult population take food supplements to bridge it. 97% are not getting the desired results. Generic combos of supplements are shots in the dark. Our bodies are all different. Still, most over the counter product labels have no personal dosage instructions or guidelines. Better health is not a one-size-fits-all quick fix. Test-based nutrition is the answer. You deserve to know if your supplements are doing their job. Our scientific at-home health test is the first step before starting your tailored supplements regime. You get the hard facts on the current state of your health and can make an informed decision on what nutrients your body needs. Move to a life in balance. The detailed readings from your test are translated into a personalized nutrition plan. The Zinzino Health Protocol, targeted omega, immune, and restore supplements, perfectly complementing one another to fill in the nutritional gaps in 3 easy steps. Step 1. Balance your essential fatty acid levels. 6.3 billion people are not getting enough omega-3s, and almost all of us get too much omega-6. The world is out of balance. This may affect normal physical and mental functions related to heart, brain, and eyes, which could offset abnormal inflammatory and immunological responses. A simple blood test will reveal whether you're good to go or if it's time to act. How do we get omega-3? Omega-3 is an essential fatty acid that our body cannot create on its own. It's most naturally formed in the tissue of oily fish and algae. We need to get our omega-3s from the food we eat, or by taking supplements with fish oil. Sounds simple? To reap the health benefits, adults need about 2 grams of EPA and DHA daily. It might not seem like a lot, but do you eat at least 1 serving of sardines, anchovies, mackerel, salmon, shellfish, flax seeds, or walnuts on a daily basis? Yes? Then you're getting enough of the omegas, but the authorities will now also tell you that you're at risk of digesting too many environmental contaminants. No? If your answer is no, then you are most likely one of the 6.3 billion with a deficit. It's a catch-22. What about omega-3 supplements? We will answer that in 58 seconds. The truth is, most of us don't eat that much fish. We do, however, eat lots of meat, chicken, rice, sweets, and ultra-processed foods. This is how we end up with too much omega-6s and not enough omega-3s in our bodies. It's an unfortunate fact, but 97% of us are not able to strike a balance between these essential fatty acids to keep our health in check. Would you like to take our balance test and take charge of your diet and health? Antioxidants are omega-3's best friends. Here's a close-up look of a cell in our body. Antioxidants protect the essential fatty acids in both the bottle and the body. They ensure the omega-3s stay fresh and potent, and they will keep the cell membranes flexible to absorb the nutrients in the food. But not just any antioxidants will get the job done. Polyphenols are the game changer. This is a fact often overlooked by the fish oil industry. These natural antioxidants are commonly found in seafood, nuts, and seeds. Polyphenols are powerful micronutrients working in synergy with the omega-3s to slow down oxidation and optimize absorption. They make sure the omega-3 nutrients are properly absorbed in order to offer long-term health benefits to your body. Is it safe to take a high dosage of omega-3s? Yes, the refining process will rid the fish oil of virtually all mercury in PCBs. Unfortunately, this process also washes out the natural polyphenols in the oil. This is why most modern omega-3 supplements have little effect in the body. It puts our Balance Oil Plus in a league of its own. Our synergistic formula brings the magic of polyphenols and omega-3s back together. This is a revolution in omega-3 supplements. Polyphenols from pre-harvest olives are the plant-based equivalent to the antioxidants naturally found in seafood. Our supplement is actually closer to oily fish than fish oil. We've captured a true force of nature. All you have to do is put our product to the test. Literally. The Xeno Balance Test is at the heart of our balance concept, a personalized, scientific dry blood spot test that reveals whether your current omega-6 to 3 ratio is out of balance. You take the test before you start using your Balance Oil Plus, and then again after 120 days. This way, you get to see for yourself if your essential fatty acid levels have been restored. And we get to prove that our supplements really work. This is the start of every health journey and the foundation of our dynamic, test-based nutrition strategy. We've performed about 1 million tests worldwide, and our growing database shows that 97% are out of balance. Every single person whose life is brought back into balance with our polyphenol omega food supplement is the ultimate proof of our balance concept. Let's take the guesswork out of a healthier way of living. Step 2. Restore your gut health.
Did you know that 90% of us are not getting enough fiber in our diet? This can lead to digestive problems and inflammation. Is your diet healthy? Listen to your gut. Your gut is the center of the body's universe, constantly communicating with the rest of your organs. It's called our second brain for a reason, and here's why you should pay attention. When your gut is in shape, your whole body benefits. But it's a balancing act. The gut microbiome contains 100 trillion bacteria, good and bad. Having a mix of both is perfectly normal, but too much bad bacteria can cause inflammation, drain your energy, and weaken your immune system. The good bacteria, known as probiotics, help you digest the food nutrients, quiet inflammation, and shape your immune system. To keep your gut balanced, you need to nourish the good bacteria. But how? With fibers called prebiotics. Good bacteria thrive on fibers and break them down into nutrients that help build your body. Most diets and conventional fiber supplements are ineffective because they don't include a complete fiber profile. Xenobiotic is a tailored blend of 8 natural sources of time-released prebiotic fibers, beta-glucans, 3 resistant starches, 2 sources of chicory root, psyllium husk, and guar gum fiber. Together, they keep the microbiome diversified by nourishing the bacteria throughout your intestines to benefit the whole gut. This all-natural prebiotic fiber blend promotes the growth of good bacteria, supports healthy bowel functions, helps reduce blood sugar spikes, and helps maintain good cholesterol levels. Xenobiotic is certified by Informed Sport and the Vegan Society, with 8 natural ingredients that offer health benefits approved by the EU and assessed by the EFSA. Now you know the basics of why it's essential to listen to your gut if you want to keep it healthy.
Step 3. Support your immune system.
Did you know that up to 60% of the food we eat is ultra-processed, convenient, tasty, and sometimes deceptively disguised as healthy? Keeping a healthy lifestyle today is a balancing act. How can we get the essential nutrients our bodies need to function properly? Meet Extend, an advanced multi-immune food supplement to help us counterbalance the modern diet. A fusion of 23 essential vitamins and minerals, micro and phytonutrients in fruits, spices, and vegetables in a single capsule. Tailored to your personal daily needs, with ingredients that offer more than 100 health benefits, approved by the EU and assessed by the European Food Safety Authority, giving you more energy, improved bone and joint function, help to maintain a normal immune system, and better tissue growth and repair. Extend is certified by Informed Sport, giving professional athletes peace of mind that the supplement is free from any prohibited substances. The perfect addition to your daily balance oil and xenobiotic routines. To balance, restore, and support the body. Here's to a life in balance from the pioneers of test-based, personalized nutrition, Zenzino. Inspire change in life.
Nutritional gap.
Sorry about that, guys. Okay, these were my personal results, and 14.4 to 1. Now, I had been, or both of us, Nigel and I, had both been avid supplement takers, and one of our supplements for the last 34 years, or the previous 34 years, had been an omega-3 supplement. But still, my results came up back at 14.4 to 1. What did that make me feel? I was actually angry because the product I'd been spending a lot of money on hadn't worked. So, it was called into question, and Dave asked us when we first met him on this, he said, how do you know that's working? And of course, you don't. So my personal results, you can see 14.4 to 1. Everything was in the red except for my diet. That was the only good thing. I knew I ate well, but I was in shock. It was so bad. And then after 120 days, I wasn't quite in balance. I was 3.6 to 1. Nigel was in balance. He was 2.9. But that protocol of those 3 products literally changed my life completely. It was just incredible, the difference that I felt in me. I lost 22 pounds in 10 weeks. With not dieting. My osteoarthritis improved, no more pain, and still no more pain. But also, I had a medical history background, and I was no longer on any medication, which was quite incredible for me. So it's been life-changing, as I say. But how do you start building a business based on what you've just seen with that product line? And we do have other products, I should say. So there are other products that complement the ones that you've just seen there. But that's the real cornerstone. The foundation of your health is that health protocol. So building your business. Well, it's free to join Zenzino. You are able to do that, and you're able to start earning immediately by registering customers and also registering partners. But how do you earn from your customers? Let's show you. So you get anything from 10% cash bonus when you first start, right up to 30%. It maxes out at 30% cash bonus. So someone who's top team 100, as we have a number of our partners who are that top team 100, which is the 100 customers, they actually get 30% cash bonus on every new customer acquisition. Now that's quite incredible. Anything from 0 to 24 is 10%. So that's where everyone starts. And also then we have the A team. A team is really an important place to be and aim for, because that not only doubles your cash bonus to 20%, it also gives you a monthly £85 or €100 bonus, and also £85 or €100 in Z rewards, which are basically a reward for actually gathering customers, so that which you can spend on other products as you build up your amount in Z rewards. It also gives you something is called the loyalty refund. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But it also qualifies you for ECB and RCB, which actually doubles your commissions. Now, that again is really important to know, that all of a sudden you can increase your income by just bringing on customers. Pro Team is 50 customers, and that gives you a 25% cash bonus. And you're looking at around about 170 to 200 euros monthly bonus. And you get your 85 or €100 Z rewards, on a monthly basis, which is great. And then obviously, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. Top team 100, that's the 30% cash bonus. That's going to give you around about £340, 400 euros in monthly bonus. You also get your 85 cash rewards, your Z rewards, and you're going to get a one-time bonus for achieving top 100 is of €10,000, £8,500. But they're split into 5 monthly payments of 340 or 400 euros every single time that you have achieved that 100 or maintained that 100 customers. So that's starting to increase your income just purely by gathering customers. We attract many people who are practitioners, who have people coming to visit them, health professionals, obviously, and fitness professionals. But it's ideal for people if they just want to build customers. We also have Top Team 200, and this, as I say, the cash bonus actually maxes out at the 30%. But it also gives you at Top Team 200, £850 or around about €1,000 on a monthly bonus. Now that's great in addition to what you already currently do. And that also gives you your 85 Z rewards on a monthly basis, but it also qualifies you for something called a director trip. And a director trip, I've been lucky enough to have been on 3 so far, and next year is Bali. So, you know, we have had remarkable trips, and they are just luxury from the minute you land to the day, you know, the time you leave. You don't need to put your hand in your pocket for one thing. It's been absolutely incredible. You can increase your customers by 100 each time, and every time you do that, you're adding on another £425, €500 bonus per month into your royalties. So that's a really good way of just building that. But if you want to accelerate what you do with your customers by adding in partners, then what we would recommend is that you join and have a start partner kit. And we've got different ones for different amounts of money, as you can see here. So the basic kit is £189. You can see the euro rate. I'm only going to talk in pounds at the moment. And then we've got the advanced kit, which is £768, and then the ultimate kit, which is £1,039. So the ultimate kit is the one that I'm going to talk about through the fast start bonuses, etc., because it's important that you see the simplicity of it if you use that. It is also the product kit that actually has the most value. So you're getting around about £3,000 worth of product within that, and we have various ones that you can choose from, but any of the ultimate packs are able to get a refund. Now that again was like, what is this, a refund? Wow, why? So the refund option, the campaign that the company have, excuse me, so you purchase the product pack for £1,039. You're getting around about maybe 2,900, 3,000, depending on which kit you've actually decided on. But if you get 25 premier customers, which are subscriptions, then that means that you would actually get a full refund. A full refund. You do also have the choice. If you don't want the refund, you can have 2 of the same pack that you ordered initially. So there's lots of different ways that you can do it. So for practitioners, this is a great one. If they can get 2 more boxes, that effectively is £9,000 worth of product within that, within those 3 packs effectively. So there's a big campaign, but you must have, if you want that big pack, then you need to make sure that you have an auto order set up in your partner account. And the reason for that, it not only keeps you active, it makes sure that you get your balanced product every month. And it has to be a balanced product. So it can be the capsules, it can be Aqua X, it can be the vegan or the premium, whichever one you decide you wanted to have. Every 4 months, you would get a test. So the test, as we mentioned before, which is worth £163. So on a retail value. So that's a really great way to be able to either gift it or to be able to sell it on. We have an incredible, powerful back office, which is now, I think, in 23 different languages. And we've got easy to share landing pages, again, which is important. You don't have to be technology savvy, you can literally just click and send it. It's really simple. Even I can do it. We have a GoCore app which sits on our phone, which is for personal and professional development. So we've got hundreds and hundreds of hours of trainings from leaders in the industry, from our founders, from leaders within the business as well, doctors that actually share their knowledge with us, all for £69. So £69, that's the balance oil, if you buy it on subscription, is 39. So why 69? Because it's including all those things that we've just mentioned just there. But we don't want you to pay for that. The company want to be able to give you an option that you can get that for free. I have never paid for my balance oil product at all, ever, in 6.5 years. So for me, financially, that's been an incredible, saving. But also, when you think of the value that I've achieved, that's really quite incredible. So let's have a look at leveraging this fast start. So we need to go Q-Team within this 120-day period. We need to do it in 30 days. And if you're joining at the beginning of the month, it's always better because you've got the whole month ahead. But I always feel that it's definitely, if you can manage it in the first few days, then that's a very, very beneficial thing to do. Because what does that do? If you have 4 customer subscriptions, and that could be 2 people with 2 products, it could be 1 person with 4 products, it could be 1 person with 1, and then 1 with 3. It makes no difference as long as you have 4 subscriptions, and that credit value, each product has a value of credits on it. As long as it generates 20 credits, then you would actually achieve an £85 bonus. It gives you your auto order, which we mentioned that needs to be in place, especially if you've got the Ultimate Kit, to make sure that you get that refund option. That would be free of charge. That means that you're going to benefit for the rest of the 120 days. The next step, and this doesn't have to be done in 60 days, you can do it in 30 days. So you can, kind of close that gap up a little bit more. But to enroll 2 people within 60 days maximum. So what are we going to do here? So we've got Andrew and Brenda. So Andrew and Brenda have just started in the business. They've decided to come on with the Ultimate Kit because they saw the value of it. And based on that, you now have earned £340, so €400. So that's almost half of your investment if you've taken the option for the Ultimate Kit. In step 3 is to help those 2 people who you enrolled, 2 people that you enrolled, to actually find their 2 as well within this 90-day period. So the 3 months, again, you don't have to last that long. You can do it much quicker. And we've had people who've done this in literally a matter of weeks. So once you've sponsored A and B for Andrew and Brenda on both of their sides, they have to have 1 on the left and 1 on the right. So to ensure that they actually activate that business, then that would then pay you, the partner, 1,020, so €1,200. That's now you are in excess of what you have actually laid out and invested in for your Ultimate Kit. So the last thing to do in this fast start period of 120 days is to add to your customer subscriptions. We need to add that for another 6 people. So another 6 subscriptions that actually generate over 50 credits. And then that will make sure that you do not pay for your auto order thereafter. You just need to make sure that you just drop down beneath those 10 customers and those credits on a monthly basis. So you may have to replace them occasionally, but it's just building that up. So as long as you've got that 10 subscriptions, you now earn an extra £128, €150. And all of a sudden, you've actually ended your 120-day period. You may have done it in much, much less time, but it's actually made sure that you've actually got enough volume in there and enough a financial reward in there that actually gives you a great bonus, to be able to earn that amount within a short amount of time is, I think, quite astonishing. So fast start bonuses, 1,573. Commissions, round about 553. Potential income, that's 2,125, so €2,500. And that also makes sure that you've actually achieved silver. So silver attracts something like around about, you've probably got 50 customer points or people within your team now. And as far as the customers are concerned, and that's 750 credits. That's going to give you around about 170, and it will kind of vary to each person, 170 per month, €200. And that includes, now you hopefully have gone A-team. A-team, as you know, is that a special place where you need to make sure that you've got that when you actually go through your 1-year anniversary to make sure you get your refund. But the duplication is now the key for this. So 4 silvers, we're going to help 4 people within our business get to silver. By doing that, that will take you to executive. And you've probably got around about 200 customers now in there, and you've now turned over 3,000 credits. And that's going to give you £680 per month and euros, £800. And that includes a phone bonus as well. So all of a sudden it's starting to grow up. You can still be very part-time at this stage, but you actually have got some income coming in, which is great. If you help 4 people get to executive, then that creates something called Diamond. And Diamond is 12,000 credits in total. It's going to be around about 750 customers within your team. And it attracts around about 3,400. And again, that varies, it's averaged. 4,000 euros per month, and that includes a car bonus as well. The company are very generous in what they give. So now the next thing is to actually help 4 people to get to Diamond. And we are director level at the moment, which is just beneath Crown. And so this is the area that we're aiming for this month. So we want to create 4 diamonds within the business. That's 48,000 credits. We've now got an average of about 3,000 customer points within there. And that's going to attract a 10,200 income on a monthly basis, 12,000 euros. That's life-changing for most people, and it certainly will be for us as well. But, you know, that's only just part of it. We're not even a third of the way up, really. So here we are at, we're at director now, which is about a third. But we know people in every single level here, and these averages are very, very achievable, very achievable. So your earnings really depend solely on your efforts, and they apply to all the requirements for the specific titles that are fulfilled. And these are estimated amounts, but most people earn in excess of that. So what I would like to ask you, if you're here as the first time as a guest, is what would make a difference to you? What would make that difference that you'd actually kind of go, actually, I've got a few hours a week, I could do this. Would that be platinum level? Would that be diamond? Would it be director? Where would you want to be? But where you could actually commit to doing a little bit extra to make things different in your life. For me, it was, I definitely I initially said diamond, but my dreams have expanded a little bit more now. So, you know, kind of, yes, way up where I want. Ambassador is my aim. We won't get there this month, but we're aiming for Crown, and that's what our goal is. And, you know, kind of together, we can all achieve a little bit more. And it's all part and parcel of what we do. So what about you? And I think people need to understand that, yes, this is different to a lot of business opportunities out there. You will need some focus. You'll need some ambition. You'd need to have the willingness to learn as well, because as I said, I've been in the industry for a long time, but I had to relearn everything because this was so unusual in the way that it was done. And it was so different to what I'd been working with before. So, you know, you need to have those, you know, we've got people who will help you. And the lovely thing about this is that you're never by yourself. There's always someone who's happy and willing to help you get up to that next level. And we have great mentors within the business. So what do you want to do? If you've seen something that actually kind of goes, yeah, I really could see myself doing this, and I'm really interested in the product side of it for my health, then I would suggest you get back to the person who asked you to come on the call tonight and register as a partner. And if you're able to, order your partner kit. And once you've done that, you will need to set up your auto order as well, because that's important, especially if you've chosen that larger pack, that it allows you to then access your refund option after a year. And they pay like clockwork, which is fantastic. At the end of month 13, you get your money refunded in your back office, which is incredible. And it's a really, really fantastic thing that you've actually been able to use all the products that you acquired in your investment. You've used them, you've earned the product, you've earned the commissions on them, you've earned your bonuses, and you've been able to share with people who you want to change their lives there and hopefully love them as well. So, and then the next thing to do is make sure you schedule a getting started meeting. That is so important, because you need to know and maximize that 12, that 120-day period. And if you leave it till the end of the month before you could do your get started meeting, you're actually wasted a month, and we don't want that to happen. So we want you to be able to support you with your fast start plan. So thank you again for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure to share this with you. Please get back to the person who invited you today. And obviously that is important that you do so. They'll be willing to help you, I'm sure, to get you started. And thank you again for your time and attention. I appreciate you.